Readers, welcome back. Today we are going to look at ways that readers approach unfamiliar words. And we know that we have lots of strategies for when we come to a hard word and being able to figure out how to pronounce that unfamiliar word and also thinking about how it means. Today, specifically, we're going to be working on when readers come to an unfamiliar word that is also academic vocabulary, or those words that are specific to a topic. And when we're approaching these words, we're going to be looking at context clues. And I want you to remember that context clues are the words around a word that the author gives us to clue us in to what a word means. So using context clues can help us figure out the meaning of unfamiliar words. I want you to recall that the different types of context clues that authors leave us, and knowing this will help you to figure out the clues that authors leave by thinking about the types of clues they leave. So sometimes authors will give the gist of what's happening in that part as a clue. Sometimes authors will leave a synonym or a word or phrase that means the same. Sometimes the author will give an antonym or a word or phrase that means the opposite. And sometimes the author will come right out and explain what the word means. So, when you are reading about new topics, it is important that you read like a word detective by asking questions about words you don't understand. Word detectives look around an unknown word for clues that the author may have included to help them figure out the meaning and understand new topics. These clues are called context clues. Let's read this paragraph below about cats in ancient Egypt together. And I've already underlined some context clues for a word that we are going to investigate. So think about what you think that word might be. Cats played an essential role in ancient Egypt. They were prized pets, but they were also useful. For example, cats killed dangerous snakes. They caught mice and rats to protect stores of grain. Some cats even helped gather food. Egyptian hunters trained them to bring back birds and fish from the marshes. All right, readers, look at the context clues that I've underlined. Were also useful. They killed dangerous snakes. They caught mice and rats to protect stores of grain. They helped gather food. Which word looks like an unfamiliar word that these things might be describing, or these context clues might be describing? Are you thinking like me that the word is essential? All right, so essential is the vocabulary word that we're looking at. Cats played an essential role. On this next page, we've got our unknown word, or maybe you do know this word, but even if you do, that's fine. You can still use context clues to figure out what the word means. So that's the important thing, is that even if you know what a word means, you're still able to pull out those context clues that the author leaves to tell readers what the word means. Okay, so let's write down some of those things that the author told us to help us understand the meaning of essential. The author said that they were also useful. So the author gives us a synonym, or a word that means the same. Let's see. Were also useful. I'm just going to put that phrase there. These were examples of how they were useful. They were useful because they killed dangerous snakes. It said that they also caught mice and rats. They protected stores. So let's put that. Caught mice and rats to protect stores. There was one more example of how they were useful. They helped gather food. All right, so given these context clues, I can tell that the word essential, when it tells me that they were essential to Egyptians, that means that they were very important to Egyptians. And they were really needed for them to be able to protect their stores and get food and survive. So, what the word means on this side, I'm going to put that essential means the cats were very important and needed by the Egyptians. All right, so when you are continuing on with this lesson, you are going to read the article, woof, woof, read me a story. You on on slide 4 are given a word, therapy. So that's your little clue. As you're reading from woof, woof, read me a story, you're going to be looking around that word therapy for some context clues that the author gives you. And then you're going to describe what the word means based on those context clues. That's the important thing. I don't want a dictionary definition. I want the definition in your words based on how the word is used in the context of this article. And then you have a paragraph to write about it. You're going to use the details from the article to explain how therapy dogs help children gain confidence. And then you're going to reread paragraph 3 using context clues to make sure you understand what confidence means in this context. All right, readers, off you go.